So, John, if you could cast any spell on anybody, what would you cast on who?
I'd put a spell on you, baby. And it would be strong.
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to bring me into this.
You are.
Some films are fine just the way they are. Other films sometimes take it way too far. Really, how bad could it get? Let's go beyond the box set.
Welcome, everybody, to Beyond the Box Set, a podcast where we pitch prequels, sequels, and spin-offs to films that don't have any. I'm Harry, and joining me as always is John.
Hello.
And this week it's Hocus Pocus.
It is. Oh, what a joy.
Part 2 of our little Halloween trio.
Which has also inadvertently turned into our fabulous films about witches trilogy so far.
So far,
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what number 3 holds.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think I've seen this right back as a kid, and I thought I'd seen it recently, but also watching this, I had a weird sensation of remembering and also not remembering it at the same time.
How do you mean?
Not sort of like I remembered stuff as they happened. It was just like, wait, is this about to happen? And then most of the time it would be no.
Oh,
And
okay.
One or two times it was a yes. It was a very confusing feeling.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. I know the last minute of this very well.
Yeah.
Because it was recorded on a VHS. The very last minute of this film would always come on before you watch Sister Act 2.
Ah. And you watched Sister Act 2 many a time.
Well, yeah.
It's the best one.
Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Yeah.
For the title alone.
Mm-hmm. Definitely we can't do it on this podcast, but definitely a superior sequel.
Yes.
Oh. Again, I love this film. Of course I love this film. This film is amazing. This is such a fun film.
When was the last time you watched it?
Last Halloween. I watch this film every Halloween. Like, it's my Halloween tradition. Even though I watched it this week for this podcast, I will watch it again when Halloween actually comes around, because we record these early, so it won't be. It's not, right now it's like October the 2nd. I will watch that film again in 3 weeks' time, and possibly in between. Who knows? I just think you can't make a bad film about witches. Well, actually, that's a lie.
We'll see. We'll
see. You probably can. I don't think you can. I don't think you can make a bad comedy about. No, that's probably not true either. Witch films can have the potential to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Because it's just licensed for fabulous older actresses to just be fabulous and have a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is normally the point where I'd ask who your favourite character is, but I mean, it's Bette Midler, right?
Well, yeah, easily.
Yeah. I mean, there's no question. This is the Bette Midler show.
Actually, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that she was really enjoying it. I mean, everybody really enjoyed themselves. Yeah. But this is the one where I see her doing something that I don't see her doing ever before.
That's true. I mean, they're all amazing. They're all really, really funny. But, I mean, it's like, and she's great in it. But for me, it's so the Bette Midler show.
It very much is.
Like, she is chewing all of that scenery, including parts of her own face. Yeah. For a lot of the parts of the film. Like her own facial prosthetics, she's occasionally just nibbling on. It's great.
All right. 'Tis time. There it is. Bring to a full rolling bubble. Add 2 drops oil of boil. Yeah, I got it. It's heavy. You do that. I'll do this. 6 spot of owl with the herb that's red. Turn 3 times. Pluck a hair from my head. Add a dash of pox. And a dead man's toe. Dead man's toe and make it a fresh one.
Dead man's toe.
Fresh one. Sisters! Gather round. One thing more and all is done. Add a bit of thine own tongue. Oh, Winnie, thou art divine.
What do you know of Bette Midler's work?
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
I was getting a mixed up with Betty Davis.
Okay.
Different people.
Yeah. Betty Davis is dead.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll definitely be revisiting the Bette Midler catalogue at some point in this podcast.
Okay, great.
We'll get there. Beaches, it's coming.
Looking forward to it.
What else? Oh, First Wives Club, it's coming. Have you never seen the First Wives Club?
No, but I already know what my title's going to be for it.
Oh, great, okay. That's definitely been bumped up the list then. Ooh, Ruthless People, it's coming. Ruthless People is coming. Okay, yeah.
Okay, great.
We're going to see a lot of Bette Midler on this podcast.
Okay, please not 3 weeks in a row.
No. Oh, we could do a Bette Midler season. We did like three Jude Law films accidentally in like the space of 4 or 5 weeks.
We did 2, and they were very unrelated films.
True, but he was in both of them, just because Jude Law's in everything. Right? They were related by Jude Law. Yeah, this is just such a great Bette Midler film. She gets to sing, she gets to be funny. There's so much comedy in this. This is one I have real fond memories of from childhood. And to the point where I could probably quote it word for word. Like the opposite of you, where you have false memories of this film, I could quote this script, every line as it comes, and still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just every scene is great. What was your favourite scene?
My favourite bit is just the way they walk.
That freeway kind of like march, that
Yeah.
really synchronized march. That
Yeah.
it's great.
I could watch that forever.
Yeah, that's it. They work so well together. It feels like the three of them are just like doing all these little bits, and a lot of it I don't know if it's in the script or it's just them coming up with it, but it's just.
Have they ever got back together, those three, and done something?
Well, there's been a huge amount of call for a Hocus Pocus sequel, but it's never come to pass yet.
Well, weirdly, obviously we chose this about a week ago today, and we're now recording on October 2nd, but 3 days ago it was announced there's going to be one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
this is a pretty weird scenario for us, because obviously we don't do films that have ever had sequels or are going to have sequels.
Okay.
So this one we just got there in time.
Oh, good, oh, good. Well, I'm glad because we had to do this film.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So
Don't know
they're bringing Bette Midler back, right?
I don't know what it's going to involve.
Okay.
I mean, they have to, even if it's just a cameo and something. But
She has to be the film. Come
Yeah,
on.
surely.
This film is the
I
cast.
don't know if it's a sequel or if it's a remake.
Okay. Oh, I'm not here for a remake. I'm normally okay with them remaking films, but I need Bette Midler to be involved.
Same.
Yeah. So my favourite scene, I mean, there's so many, but the one that always sticks in my mind is the one where they trick the witches into going into the incinerator,
Oh yeah.
which is a very strange setup for a school. Why has a school got that kind of incinerator? Like,
Well, I guess it's supposed to be a kiln for pottery and stuff. I don't know, in my school.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Our
don't-
school did not have a kiln.
Well, the school was underprivileged.
Not in deepest, darkest Wales.
Uh,
Did pottery replace English or something?
it's just something you did in art sometimes.
Okay.
But I mean, it wasn't like a walk-in thing. I don't think
No,
that you
yeah.
get them like that.
But anyway, they trick the witches into going in, and then they pull a lever, and the witches are burnt.
Mm-hmm.
We assume to death, but
Yeah.
not obviously. And then then it cuts away, and then it comes back, and they walk out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And because they trick them in by having which is really funny, by having a French vocabulary tape playing.
Yeah.
Because one of the other things I loved about this film was the witches always misunderstanding modern technology. There were loads of really good jokes about that. And this was one of them where so they have the French vocab tape cassette playing in the incinerator.
Yeah.
So they all walk in and it's still playing, and it's like it's I don't know, je voudrais un book or something. It was like that. And then so anyway, and they get burnt to a crisp, and then they break out again, and you just see Bette Midler and the three of them like stalking again, doing the walk like that, really pissed off walk, and they're just all singed and burnt, and she just goes, "Je vois un livre," and she's just reciting French, and it's just so funny. I love it.
Hello. I want my book. Bonjour. Je veux mon livre.
Let's get to drinking games because I have a lot. of them.
Yeah, I've got one that actually kind of links in with that. So you talked about all the times that they didn't get modern technology. Well, there were a fair few times where they did. So my drinking game is drink whenever they make a reference that they shouldn't get,
Okay.
or understand something that somebody says that they shouldn't get. They're not too far off understanding what a bus is. They got on this bus and they talked to this bus driver, and then eventually he says, "Oh, it's the end of the line," and it's like, "Oh, okay, bye." How do they know what end of the line means?
Well, yeah.
There were others. I didn't get any better examples, but there's plenty.
Well, there was even more that they didn't understand though. Like they didn't know what a road was.
Yeah,
They
but that's the joke, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can't just have them constantly being surprised by everything. That would be, yeah. Obviously, one of the things that I loved most as a kid was when they ride off and Winnie gets the broom, and I think Sarah Jessica Parker gets a mop.
Yeah.
And then Kathy and Najimy gets a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And
That was really good.
That's a really good scene. Especially when she starts flying, she kind of has to fling it. It really looks like she smacks herself in the vagina really hard. It looks like that hurts.
Yep.
I don't know if that was deliberate or not, if she was just a total pro and she carried it on going, or if that was the gag, but
Yeah.
yeah. So one of my first ones, speaking of vagina punching, is drink whenever this film gets curiously dark for a children's movie.
Such as when?
Well, this movie opens with a child being murdered. The
that's
first
true.
scene of this movie is infanticide. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
yeah, and then there's also the cat gets run over, which is quite graphic. Like,
Yeah, I did think that was very graphic.
yeah,
Educational?
how so? Just well, this is what happens when a cat gets run over.
It happens. Animals die.
True.
Kids
Well-
should know that their pets are going to die at some point. Everyone's going to die.
Well,
We're all going to die.
that's very bleak, Harry. Thank you for that. But yeah, there's that. There's the
I've had a tough week.
I say that every week. I think you're just having a tough life right now. And then there's Billy the zombie as well. I remember as a kid that bit where he cuts his mouth open. I remember finding that really freaky as well. It just has lots of, I don't know, the whole plot of it hinges on like killing children, which I think is, I love that. I love a dark. I love a dark. I don't mean I love.
Really, I didn't know that about you.
Yeah,
You
I
like
love
dark
killing
things.
children. Yeah, I love killing. But no, I love a dark movie. I love like a dark children's movie, and I
Yeah.
love that this film has so many like little dark elements to it, but
Mm-hmm.
is still very broad and very cartoony in other ways. So.
Mm.
Daughters of darkness, open this door!
Hide the child.
Witches? There be no witches here, sir.
Don't get your neck on that twist. We are just three kindly old spinster ladies.
Spending a quiet evening at home. Sucking the lives out of little children.
Okay, so another drinking game. Drink on product placement.
What did you notice? This is one of your old reliables, I know.
Well, there was definitely a Coke in there. There was lots of Nike.
Yeah.
Nike?
Oh god, the trainers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the big one, I think, because his shoes were like a big plot point, weren't they?
Yeah.
Lots of like close-up shots of the shoes. I feel like there was some snacks as well, like a lot of party snacks. and
Yeah, there
things.
were. There were a fair few
Yeah.
snacks.
Well, this is a Disney movie, of course. It's gonna be full of product placement.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was Disney, but
Yeah.
product placement did not fit in this at all.
Yeah.
I thought,
I've seen it done worse.
yeah. Yeah. I love that product placement though, so I found it so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all. Yeah. Exactly. If you do it cleverly, then it can add to a film in many ways.
Sisters, look. It's the chocolate-covered finger of a man named Clark. It's candy.
Drink whenever a teenager in this film is clearly being played by an adult.
Sure. Okay, so who?
I mean, Alison was in her early 40s, I think. The bullies were clearly in their 30s.
Yeah, they were great. So I'm just going to look some of these up. So Max, right now, we're 24 years after this.
Okay.
He's 41, so he was 15?
Oh, okay. Fair.
17?
17. Fine. Cool.
17. Vanessa Shaw is 41, so same age.
She was 15. My God, 90s fashion did nothing for her. I would have said she was like 28 if she was a day.
17, but yeah.
17, fine. I would have.
So, yeah.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Eat your words,
I
John
just assume,
Lucas.
well, I guess that's a very sober drinking game round. But I just assumed they were all being played by 40-year-olds.
Drink whenever Thackeray Binks is clearly CGI.
Was it CGI or was it puppetry?
I think it was a mixture of the two.
Was CGI particularly advanced in 1994?
No, but there were bits there where it definitely was not a puppet.
No, true, yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of it I think was just like animatronic, though. It looked a lot like the cat from the Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah,
It
my
may have been the
housemate
same-
said that. I want to. Let's look this up too. You keep talking and
Okay,
saying
it
people.
may have been the same cat, who knows?
What else are you about to say then?
Drink whenever Max gets virgin shamed.
Oh, that's the one I meant to do, but I forgot that. how everybody was being so mean. Wait, you're a virgin?
Yeah.
What? A virgin?
Yeah.
You a virgin? A virgin? It's just way too much.
It's like he's like 15.
Yeah.
Like, is it that common?
It's fine.
Yes, it's normal. Like, yeah.
On All Hallows Eve, when the moon is round,
A virgin will summon us from under the ground.
Black flame candle. Made from the fat of a hangman. Legend says that on a full moon it will raise the spirits of the dead when lit by a virgin on Halloween night. So let's light the sucker and meet the old broads. What happened?
A virgin lit the candle.
So for 3 centuries, I guarded the house on All Hallows Night when I knew some airhead virgin might light that candle.
Nice going, Airhead.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, okay? I broke into the old Sanderson house and I brought the witches back from the dead.
And he's a virgin.
Come here. Are you a virgin?
Yeah.
Really?
Look, I'll get it tattooed on my forehead, okay?
Beans, what took these so long?
I'm sorry, Emily. I had to wait 300 years for a virgin to light a candle.
Okay, well, I've looked at this cat.
Okay.
I don't think it is the same cat, but there's a lot of videos on here of Thackeray Binks from Hocus Pocus versus Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. A lot of verses going on, different fights and stuff.
Oh, okay. Like, who would win?
Yeah. I don't want to see this. There's also an article, the cat from Hocus Pocus, then and now.
What?
I don't want to see that. I'm not clicking on that.
That's got to just be a corpse, surely. It's 24 years.
Oh,
Just a skeleton.
yeah.
Or maybe it's the guy who did the voice.
No, it says the cat from...
Oh, okay. That's got to be like a Funny or Die thing.
Must be,
Yeah.
but still.
Great. I love it.
Okay, great.
Drink for fabulous musical numbers.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I really enjoyed that one at the end where they're casting a spell on stage.
Oh, yeah. I put a spell in. Yeah, that's clearly the best one.
Yeah.
And Bette Midler still does that on her tours.
Really?
Yeah, which I love because she's had a huge career. She's had like #1 records and loads of movies, Oscar nominations, etc. And she always says like this is her favourite film she's ever done. She's very loyal to it. I'll show you a picture when we get off. She actually went last Halloween. She went to some Halloween Hollywood party as Winifred Sanderson.
Of course, who else can she go as?
Exactly, but I thought it was fab. It was so amazing.
I feel like it's the ultimate Halloween costume.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
What are you going as for Halloween this year?
Winifred Sanderson.
Okay. Good.
What are you guys?
Same.
Hello, sailor! My name's Winifred! What's yours? I put a spell on you, and now you're gone! My planet fell on you, and it was strong. So strong. Your wretched little lives have all been cursed 'cause of all the witches working, and the worst, I put a spell on you, and now you're mine!
And then also, obviously, Sarah Jessica Parker's "Come Little Children, I'll Take You Away" song, which I was obsessed with as a kid. Obsessed.
That was creepy.
It's very creepy. I don't know why, but it has this weird like lullaby quality. Like, as a kid, I used to play it all the time. Like, come little children.
You just go to sleep to that every night or something.
I kind of did, yeah. I genuinely had the soundtrack. Like,
Use thy voice, Sarah! Fill the sky! Bring the little brats to die!
Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of magic.
is that all of them? Oh, drink whenever Thora Birch is a real pain in the arse.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Such an annoying child.
Yeah. Also, was she wearing lipstick through this?
I feel like she was, yeah. I feel like there was a lot of absent parenting.
Yeah, those parents were just getting drunk.
Yeah, well, fair enough. When the party happens, there's a spell on them, so they can't. But if he gets a lot of responsibility put on him to kind of look after his little sister. Like, it feels like he's really the main parent in that situation. I feel very distracted. But then that's it.
Well, I mean, the parents weren't expecting some witches to come and the zombie apocalypse to happen.
Well, nobody expects the zombie apocalypse. We still got to be prepared for these things.
Exactly. What do you think of the zombie in this?
Oh, Billy. Yeah, he was fun. Like I said, I found him quite scary as a child. Now he's just funny. Yeah. But it's the mouth thing, the ripping of the mouth. Just I don't know why. It just triggered me a little bit when I was a kid for some reason. But no, he's funny. I mean, he's not the best, he's not the most interesting character. When you've got Bette Midler and Catherine Najimy and Sarah Jessica Parker, nobody's excited about the zombie.
I feel like his characteristics took a massive turn when he suddenly opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Like he became a responsible adult.
Yeah. He became like a caregiver, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the absent father, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was kind of, I mean, that was the joke, but he was like running around chasing them, or was he just trying to give them a hug? And then it's only when he speaks, he suddenly develops a conscience.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the best punchlines of the film when he rips it up and then he just goes, "You witch!
Yeah.
Go to hell." Oh, I've been there, thank you. I found it quite lovely. Like, oh, like...
Wench. Trollop, you buck-toothed, mop-riding firefly from hell! Ah! I've waited centuries to say that.
Oh, say what you want, just don't breathe on me.
Go to hell!
Oh, I've been there, thank you. I found it quite lovely.
Yeah, it's just Bette Midler just makes every line. She just, I'd like to think half her lines are ad-libbed. It feels like so off the cuff a lot of what she does. She's brilliant. Yeah, those are all my drinking games.
Cool. Should we move on to alternative readings?
Yeah, sure.
So, Hocus Pocus, Cats versus Zombies.
Very good. That sounds like a video game in the making.
Mm-hmm.
Cats versus zombies. I would be on the side of the zombies. Hocus Pocus, black magic makes Sarah Jessica Parker look sexy.
Hocus Pocus. The 3 older ladies will do anything to feel young again.
Yeah, pretty much. Hocus Pocus, infanticide and virgin shaming.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus. 3 kids harass 3 menopausal older women.
Yeah, they do break into their house, like, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a version of this film in which they're the good guys. Or not the good guys, but certainly, like, from their perspective, which maybe we'll get to. And my last one, Hocus Pocus, absent parents and desperate virgins.
Good. Lovely. All right. Should we get to it?
Yes, let's get to some sequels. So, is it me this week first?
Yeah, you first.
Cool. So, mine is a direct sequel.
Yeah.
And it is called Hocus Pocus 2, Fresh Out the Coven.
Fresh Out the Coven.
As in Coven, witch's coven.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And fresh out the oven.
I got that bit.
Yeah, okay. So, if you cast your mind back to last week...
Yes.
We did a sequel to The Witches of Eastwick. Or
Yes.
I did a sequel to The Witches of Eastwick. In which I basically posited that all I wanted from that film was more.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel exactly the same with this film.
Mm-hmm.
All I just want is more fabulous witches.
More of the same.
More of the same, yeah.
Okay.
So, I thought, let's do a little crossover.
Oh.
So, this film picks up at the end of my sequel to The Witches of Eastwick.
Oh, I feel like you're doing a me now.
Yeah, a little bit. So I'm
universe.
creating my little witchy universe. We may
Yeah.
come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, listeners, if you haven't listened to our Witches of Eastwick episode, I encourage you to go back and listen to that to pick up some context for this.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, that film brought together the original trio from Witches of Eastwick, which is Cher, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer, with the cast of Ghostbusters, Leslie Jones, Kristen Wiig, and Melissa McCarthy as like a next generation of witches.
Bringing in these 3 as well.
Yes.
This is turning into a big film.
This film is crowded, yeah.
All right, okay.
It's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
But
I feel like you're good with crowded, though.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
So
that one where you got Denzel Washington to play about 12 different people.
Yeah, that's good. I can't believe nobody made that. Yeah, so in that film, the original trio did battle with their own sons, who were played by the Hemsworth brothers.
Yeah.
Who were romancing these 3 younger witches, which is Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, and Melissa McCarthy. And then all the 6 witches have just got to be fabulous together. And the Hemsworth brothers got turned into gerbils.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's happened. So this film picks up at the end of that. The satanic sons have been safely transformed into harmless gerbils.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 witches have got a lot of free time, just hanging out, being fabulous, doing sexual lounging in their mansion, which they like to do.
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of free time now. So they decide to start a support group for unfairly vilified witches.
Right, okay.
Because I feel like witches are getting a bad name when
Yeah.
it's really always the men's fault, really. It's the devils who do all the dirty work. So I think we're going to open with like a scene-setting montage where we're going to get characters like maybe Angelica Houston can come back as her character as the witch from The Witches. Mm-hmm. And maybe Helena Bonham Carter can be Bellatrix Lestrange.
I wonder if we're going to be any Harry Potter characters in this.
Yeah. So I like the idea of like a bunch of like, how Toy Story brings in other franchises all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I like the idea of like just all of these witches sat around in a like sharing circles, sharing stories about how they were.
Right.
Their story was told, how they were vilified unfairly, basically. Mm-hmm. So they're just sharing their tales. It's like a 12-step group for witches.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that could be pretty funny. So anyway, the women are doing some research, and one of them, let's say Kristen Wiig, it doesn't matter, reads about a coven of witches called the Sanderson Sisters, who were hanged in 1693 in a town called Salem, and then were rumoured to have been revived only to be killed again 400 years later, back in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they just
300, but sure.
Okay, that was good maths. That was correct. Fair, fine. They were revived and killed again 300 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So they decided that this was clearly a case of anti-witch hysteria.
Yeah.
So on Halloween 2017, they travelled to Salem and cast a spell to revive the sisters. So obviously this means that Bette Midler, Catherine Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker are back.
Oh, back.
Back.
Right, okay.
Back. But unfortunately, obviously, it turns out they genuinely were child-murdering Satan worshippers.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. They were evil. So, unlike the witches of Eastwick, who weren't evil people, they were just people with powers who got kind of seduced by the dark side.
Mm-hmm.
These are actual evil witches.
Mm-hmm.
But the Eastwick Coven are determined not to give up on this. They're not just going to send them back to hell. So, instead of killing them, they decide to attempt to rehabilitate them and try to see if they can put them on the straight and narrow.
Mm.
So they're like, look, we've brought you back permanently now. There's no black flame candle burning out or anything. There's no ticking clock here. Mm-hmm. So you don't actually need to go around sucking the lives out of little children anymore. Like, if you want to look younger, there's this fabulous thing called Botox now. So yeah, seriously, no infanticide required.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sanderson sisters are resistant to this, obviously, but they do realise that they're clearly outnumbered. There's 6-3 here. So they're outnumbered and outgunned. So Winifred decides to kind of play along with this. But obviously, it's just a ruse, because she's Winifred. And, you know, nobody wants to see a movie about Bette Midler being nice. Like, that's not a movie anyone wants to see. Nice is not her raison d'etre. So,
Very true.
Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to go down at this point, but I'm guessing they all decamp back to Eastwick and live in the mansion together, and maybe the good witches are trying to teach the Sanderson sisters how to kind of adapt to the modern world without killing children. Obviously, there needs to be some conflict. I need to see a lot of Bette Midler and Cher kind of throwing shade at each other.
Yeah.
Because why have they not been in a film?
Oh, yeah. I want to see them do like a dance-off or something.
Yeah, well, I did look on YouTube. They've never been in a film together,
Yeah.
but they did back in the 70s, I think. Bette Midler appeared on Cher's variety TV show she had at the time, and they sang a song called Trashy Ladies together,
Right.
where they're both wearing like nightgowns and basques and kind of like and big hair and feather boas and just singing about fabulous women. It's amazing. So yeah, I want more of that.
We're gonna sing about the trashy ladies. We're gonna talk about the brassy bras. Just found a chick that's got a past that's shady, and she's the lady that the world applauds.
So I definitely want
Yeah.
some kind of song and dance number to happen at some point. Maybe they're having some kind of spell off. Also to address the fact that Cher did not sing it, which I'm still not happy about. But at some point, obviously, Cher has to slap Bette Midler across the face and say, "Snap out of it!" A classic Cher line.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in love with you.
Snap out of it!
Yeah, and I'm just imagining lots of like hilarious hijinks where maybe the Sanderson sisters are secretly murdering loads of local children and kind of trying to hide the bodies, and then
What, like an addiction?
yeah, they're addicted to killing children. That is their addiction.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then they're trying to hide the bodies, and then they're just unconvincingly claiming that they're increasing their youthful appearances, because the more children they kill, the younger they look. They're just going to claim that that's just down to Botox and Pilates. They're just really embracing the modern world.
How old are they all looking now?
Well, exactly. I mean, Bette Midler is 70, I think.
No, I mean in this part of your film.
Well, I guess that when they come back from the dead, they look old. Like they've been brought back, but you've got to account for the fact that Bette Midler is 70. I think Kathy Najimmy's probably in her 50s. And,
True, but the CGI now, you can just de-age someone.
well, that's what we might do, you know, as it goes along. But initially, I think they should be old.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, I knew Sarah Jessica Parker's in her late 80s at this point, so.
Oh, I hope she's listening.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. She's got nothing better to do. So after some time, the Sanderson sisters, while they're going around killing children and trying to pretend they're not killing children and getting younger and younger, after a while they discover the secret room where the Hemsworth brothers, who, as we remember, are gerbils, are being kept. So obviously the gerbils still have enough satanic power that Winifred can kind of figure out who they were. She senses who they are. And she uses her powers to turn them back into humans. So now we've got the Hemsworth brothers back in this film as well. It's an increasingly crowded cast.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So each of the three Sanderson sisters now has their own Hemsworth brothers to play with, which will be fun. And between the six of them, the Sanderson sisters, the Hemsworth brothers, they manage to overpower the six good witches and lock them in the basement while they engage in an orgy of evil.
Just checking, weren't the Ghostbusters crew, weren't they getting with the Hemsworths in the last episode? So were they jealous at this point?
They were, yeah. Well, yeah, but they were being seduced by the Hemsworths, but then they also understood that the Hemsworths were evil, so it's kind of like the temptation. Okay. But no, once the Sanderson sisters bring the Hemsworth back, the Hemsworths don't trust them. They just immediately, basically all six of them just immediately get kind of like overpowered and locked in the basement, basically.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's just moving the plot around, moving around. So once they lock the six witches in the basement, the Sanderson sisters and the Hemsworth brothers engage in an orgy of evil.
Is it an orgy where it's just like everybody's together, or are they pairing off? Like...
I think it's just a full-on, or like anything goes orgy.
Okay, sure.
Just imagine three Hemsworths, Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, Sarah Jessica Parker, just limbs are flying. Who wouldn't watch that?
The Hemsworth parents.
True, maybe not. Yeah. Well, their loss. Anyway, so they're doing all this evil stuff, and it culminates in a loud crack of thunder, and the doors of the mansion fly open to reveal Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hello, boys. Daddy's home."
And he's what, like 90 now?
Yeah, he's 90, but you know he's been cast into hell for like decades. He's going to look a bit rough.
Yeah.
He's Jack Nicholson. He can style it out.
He can put anything off.
Yeah, exactly. So then he joins in the orgy, and then the orgy becomes kind of a big satanic house party where I think they're going to have like evil karaoke. So they're going to
Evil karaoke.
Yeah, I want more songs. I want lots and lots of songs.
Okay, have you written some songs?
No. But I'm just,
Titles?
well, I guess they just do all the classics. Like, well, they already did put a spell on you, so maybe they
Yeah.
could do Total Eclipse of the Heart, maybe. The Monster Mash is too obvious. Maybe they just do lots of Taylor Swift. I don't know.
Sure, okay. They all sing Taylor Swift together.
They all sing Taylor Swift songs together, yes. So, I'm feeling 22. Kill another child. Yes! Brilliant.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so evil karaoke.
Mm-hmm.
They form an evil conga line. Just I just imagine conga, but evil. And again, I want to see Jack Nicholson and Bette Midler congaing, basically.
Yeah.
And they play a evil version of Cards Against Humanity.
Right.
In which everything they come up with actually happens.
Okay, right. Okay, yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. So that's going on. Meanwhile, down in the basement, Cher and Co are kind of trying to figure out what the next move should be.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen Wiig's kind of like, it's hopeless. It's utterly hopeless. We're all trapped down here and there's nobody left who can save the town.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cher says, no. I need to find my Cher again. No. I'm struggling. I don't have the range today. I don't think I've ever heard Cher say no.
Has Cher ever said no?
I don't know, she's never said no to a movie, never said no to an album, never said no to a film. No.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah, go for it.
No, there is another. There is another. No, there is another.
No.
I've lost it. No. I've lost my voice. I'm legit losing my voice. No, there is another. No, there is.
Is there another sentence that could get you into the...
I'm struggling with the sentence, yeah.
Just try this. Doesn't need to be related to this story.
Oh, I see. An entry into Cher.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, snap out of it. Snap out of it. No, there's another. There we go. No, there's another.
Okay, that was great. Any more?
I'm spent now.
Okay.
Let's quit while we're ahead. So then the good witches all link hands and cast a summoning spell from the basement. Upstairs, the evil party's still in full swing. Still, evil Conga's still going strong.
Okay.
And there's another crack of thunder, and the door flies open again. And now in struts. Any guesses?
Oh, man. Who's in a Witches of Eastwick?
This is someone new.
Oh.
To be fair, this is a very open question.
Yeah.
So
guess a person.
Name a person.
Anybody.
Well, there is
yeah.
Yes, I'm making a last-minute substitution. No, there is a logic to this. There is an internal logic to this choice, though. So there's a clap of thunder, the doors burst open, gale of wind, in struts Madonna.
Oh, there we go.
Because you've got Cher, you've got Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Now you've got Madonna.
Yeah.
I mean, throwing Kylie in, you've got the greatest film ever made. Like, maybe I don't think Kylie Minogue could play a witch. She's too nice. Maybe she could be like a handmaiden.
She could easily play a witch.
Do you think she's so nice though?
A nice witch.
Well, she could play one of the good witches. Maybe she's in the support group at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you can't put her in a support group and then not have her come in for the end of the film for the closing number or something.
Well, maybe we do. We're writing this together. It's a collaborative thing. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Kylie Minogue was in the intro scene. Maybe she was like using the dark arts to keep her bum firm or something. And she was confessing about it. But no, she's not got a major role. But the point is, Madonna. Madonna comes in. She struts in. She just goes, "Hello, Daryl." Obviously, Jack's character is Daryl Van Horn. She's full on fake English Madonna. Remember when Madonna got a fake English accent?
I remember that. That was a good time.
Good times. I miss those days.
Because from my perspective, up until that point, you always heard about sexual fantasies, and you always saw women objectified sexually, but always from a man's point of view. And I thought it was about time that it came from a woman's point of view.
So the backstory here is that she is the ultimate high witch or something.
Okay.
I've not really got a whole lot of backstory into this.
I thought you were going to say that she is Madonna, and that's why she knows the devil or something.
Well, maybe it's both. Maybe Madonna is also a witch that we don't know about, and that's how she kept her career going for so long, because she used the dark arts to always stay relevant.
Ah, smart.
Yeah. Anyway, the backstory is basically that she is a witch, the greatest witch of all, also maybe a pop diva, but she's essentially on the side of good. She's not evil.
Yeah.
Now, we can't give her too much dialogue, because I don't know if you've ever seen a Madonna movie, have you?
No, she was in James Bond that one time, but that's
Die Another Day, yeah. Well, I think the reason Madonna hasn't been in many movies is Madonna can't act.
Okay.
She's been in a few, and she is uniformly terrible.
Okay.
She's okay in Evita, but then she only has to sing in Evita.
Sure.
But anything else, yeah. So we're going to keep dialogue to a minimum. But basically, her main purpose in this scene is to throw down with Jack Nicholson. I want to see the two of them have just full-on spellcasting and physical fight. I think that'd be really funny.
Okay.
In fact, after a little bit of fighting among themselves, I think they should both turn into giant animatronic rat monsters, like they did, like Jack did at the end of Witches of Eastwick.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm picturing it as like a Japanese monster movie style thing, like, you know, King Kong versus Godzilla. Yeah, just like Madonna versus Jack, just giant virgins, like rah, 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 like a virgin.
Yeah.
So yeah,
as long as they both keep their hairstyles.
Yeah, exactly. So that's happening. What hairstyle? Madonna's had so many.
Just one that looks like Madonna, but
but
if she's a giant animatronic rat with a Madonna hairstyle.
Oh, okay. Maybe she's a giant animatronic rat with like a pointy bra.
Ah, yeah.
Or
okay.
some of a class, or in like a leotard, some classic Madonna look. Like, yeah. So anyway, in the confusion, so they're fighting, you know, causing loads of chaos because they're like giant, you know, 20-foot, 30-foot monsters. In the confusion, the good witches escape from the basement and join in the battle. Uniting their powers, they manage to turn the Hemsworths back into gerbils and banish Jack back to hell with Madonna's help. And then the mansion comes crashing down on top of the Sanderson sisters. And in a kind of homage to the Wizard of Oz, all we see is Bette Midler's feet just sticking out of the wreckage of the house. And that's kind of where the movie ends. So Madonna goes back onto her world tour, having, you know, saved the world.
Okay.
And the Eastwick Coven decide that maybe some witches just are evil after all. So they're not going to revive any more dead witches. And the film ends with them walking away from the wreckage of the Eastwick mansion. Although, of course, there has to be a post-credit scene. So the final kicker is, obviously, post-credits, we just see a close-up of Winifred's foot sticking out of the wreckage, and then it twitches, and then boom, movie ends.
Great.
She'll be back.
Even before the post-credit scene, you left that very open.
Yeah. But I just wanted to give it
suspiciously open.
Yeah. Yeah, like I may well come back to this well again. Who knows? Yeah. So, any questions?
No. I'm just looking forward to when it returns.
Yeah.
in whatever film that's going to be.
Maybe it'll be the third part of our Halloween trilogy. Depends what the third movie is.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So mine's called Game of Hocus Pocus.
Game of Hocus Pocus. I might assume there's some kind of Game of Thrones crossover happening here.
100%.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, is Melisandre in it?
Was that the Red Witch?
The red woman, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty much the only person who's not in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking, I wish Mel had done Melisandre in the opening scene for mine now. She would have been like, I just keep...
Unless you can find a place for her to go. Like, this is very open.
Okay, I'm going to consider that my mission.
Yeah.
Okay, well, continue.
So I imagine that this is essentially some kind of Game of Thrones charity special, you know, like a Children in Need sort of thing.
Oh, okay, cool. So is it being played for laughs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sort of thing. They just get all the main cast and they all just do Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
So mainly we're just going to talk about casting here. 3 witches.
So this is a remake. So it's not. There's no Bette Midler in this.
No.
Oh man. Okay.
Sorry, but it's a good reason. You've used Bette Midler fairly well.
Okay. Cool.
So the 3 witches, who have I cast?
Well, surely Melisandre is going to play.
Because I feel like she's a nothing character. So the 3 witches have cast Cersei.
Okay. Yeah.
As.
Yeah, like it. As Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Daenerys.
As Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. She's cleavagey and she flies. So yeah.
And Marjorie Tyrell.
Oh, Natalie Dormer as Kathy Najimy. Okay.
Yeah. What's that face?
My only question is, because like obviously you've got your big bad boss bitch, which is Bette Midler. Cersei's perfect. You've got your prettier blondie younger one, which is Emilia Clarke is perfect for. Like, as much as I like Natalie Dormer, like, I feel like the other one has to be like a plus size person. I know that's the kind of the thing. You've got the older one, you've got the sexy one, you've got the kind of the curvy one.
Who would you cast instead then?
Are there any fat people in Game of Thrones? Like apart from there's chubby man, yeah. Yeah, it's not a really body positive TV show for women, is it?
Not massively, no.
There's no. Like, I mean, Brienne of Tarth is tall, but she's not like
she's tall and well built, but
she's not curvy. No. God, that's true. In 7 seasons, I don't think they've had a single plus size woman in the show, have they? Like in any kind of role. That's terrible. Shame on you, Game of Thrones.
They must have done. I mean, but even then, still not in a big role, clearly.
No, yeah, clearly. Wow.
Oh, I feel really negative now. Anyway.
Well, okay, so we found a problem Game of Thrones has. But okay, fine, Natalie Dormer. She's cool. She would be a good witch because she's a good schemer.
She's got that good look.
She's got that those amazing eyebrows. Yeah, Cool. Okay, I buy it. So Natalie Dormer, Emilia Clarke, and Lena Headey are a trio of witches. Love it.
Yeah. So it's going to play largely scene for scene.
Of Hocus Pocus? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so same plot and everything. So it'll start off like 300 years in the past. And let's assume that it's the same characters, but in like this real world, kind of.
What do you mean?
As in 2017.
Oh, so they're revived today. Okay.
Yeah, kind of. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Any of this can change if you think it should.
Well, I was thinking it'd be cool to have it set in Westeros.
Okay, well, there's one problem I've got with that, which we'll get to.
Okay.
So, Thackeray, is that his name? Thackeray? The cat?
Thackeray Binks, yeah.
Thackeray Binks!
No. That name's due a comeback, I think.
Well,
how imagine calling your kid Thackeray?
Oh, God, it's awful. Great name for a cat.
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly Theon.
Yes. Okay, yeah, that's good. Good casting.
And obviously his sister is his sister.
Yeah. Okay, so they get rid of her pretty early.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, she's kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, I was also trying to think who's a brother and sister in...
Yeah, well, there's the obvious one, but you've already used, so yeah. Right.
Probably used half of that.
Okay.
So yeah, we start with an opening of those two getting captured by 3 witches.
Okay.
The sister getting... what's her name?
Oh, Yara Greyjoy?
Yara, yeah.
Yara Greyjoy?
So Yara gets the life sucked out of her.
Okay.
And Theon gets turned into, I thought, a direwolf? Or does that not really make sense?
It's a little bit... I guess it's thematically good for Game of Thrones, but it's kind of a little bit too cool.
Too cool?
Yeah, like, who wouldn't want to be turned into a direwolf?
Fair.
It's not really a punishment.
Fair.
Maybe just turn him into like a... Well, he's called Reek, so you think like a rat. Or are there any animals that like famously don't have genitals?
I was trying to think that. I can't think of anything.
Maybe like a rat, like a giant rat or something.
Giant rat.
Giant rat, yeah.
Normal size rat.
Normal size rat, okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so they turn him into a rat, and they then get caught by the villagers.
Okay.
Who I think are just normal villagers, I don't know. Execution scene, which is led by the High Sparrow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great, cool.
And then the executor is just one of the Dothraki.
Okay.
I've got Khal Drogo coming back in another role, so...
Okay.
Is there another famous Dothraki? No one.
There's a couple that pop up like as Daenerys' loyal servants, but none that are that memorable.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, fine. So fine, a Dothraki. Fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it can't. But have you done anything with the guy who's in love with Daenerys? Not a Dothraki, but the one who gets to grayscale.
Yeah.
Is he coming back? Is he coming up later?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So, cut to 300 years later.
Okay.
We're in some kind of a classroom
Mm-hmm.
with, Jon Snow's obviously Max.
Okay. Oh, can he be doing like biology or something? He puts his hand up to answer a question. The teacher goes, "You know nothing, Jon Snow."
Yes, there we go.
And have you used Rose Leslie?
Pardon?
Have you used Rose Leslie? Can she be the teacher?
Well, he's gonna have a love interest.
Oh, I
isn't he?
guess. Yeah, fair. Fine. So someone else can say it.
So Ygritte is going to be another student in his class.
Okay, so she's Alison essentially. Yeah. Okay.
I had the teacher as the Grand Maester.
Oh, Pycelle.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
I thought that made sense.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he shows himself as a nerd, but still has the confidence to say, "Here's my number" in front of the whole class.
Mm.
By the way, what a legend!
Yeah, I can't believe that works. I couldn't figure out whether he was
didn't
supposed
work, did it?
No,
initially.
But I couldn't figure out whether he was supposed to be like a nerd or cool. Like,
yeah, it was
weird.
A weird mix of the two.
Yeah, because it felt like he was cooler than all the other kids, and
then maybe the bullies were a couple of years older, so that made him a nerd in their eyes.
True, yeah, but it generally felt like he wasn't like a classic nerd or like a classic cool kid. He kind of fell in between. It was interesting, but go on. I think I know who Thora Birch is going to be.
Who?
I'm guessing Arya's back.
Has to be, yeah.
Yeah. Who else? It's
not going to be Sansa.
No, it's not.
So the next scene, he's out wandering about when he comes across these 2 bullies, played by...
Who played 2 bullies? All right, don't
Sorry.
Don't pass. It's not going a bit blue then. Like, don't pass out. 2 bullies.
I was thinking, who are 2 sort of big, brutish, quite people who actually sort of come as a pair a little bit?
Oh, is it the Hound and the
Mountain?
The Mountain, yeah. Good. Well, they are scary bullies. Are these characters all playing teenagers?
Yeah, they're like, it's a comic relief sort of thing.
No, I love it. Yeah. I want the Hound in like a backwards baseball cap,
yeah,
a bomber jacket, like
Nike trainers.
Yeah, got to be some product placement.
So he did have it as they steal his sword, but is there something better that they could steal from him?
His Nike trainers.
Yeah. So still Jon Snow's Nike trainers. So he runs back to his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Ned and Catelyn Stark.
Yeah.
Do you think Sean Bean will come back for something like this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. He says yes to most things.
True. Same as Cher.
Yeah, exactly. I keep thinking every time we discuss anyone who's not yet done a film with Cher, I'm like, why does that person not done a film with Cher? Sean Bean and Cher, a love story. I want to see it.
So yeah, we see Ned and Catelyn having a bit of a talk. Just like, oh, why was he wearing any shoes? Is he okay? We'll just leave him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Max. Hey, how was school?
Sucked.
Hey, watch your language.
Can't believe you made me move here.
Oh, he wasn't wearing any shoes.
Well, must be some form of protest.
So he runs upstairs where he finds Arya playing in his room, being really annoying as she is in every bloody episode of Game of Thrones. And he angrily plays the drums or whatever.
Okay. That was classic kind of angry teen trope. I'm going to play the drums.
Yeah.
I'm so cool.
And he goes and grumpily sits on the stairs, doesn't he?
Yeah. Did you find yourself rooting for the bad guys in this film?
Yeah.
This is one of those films that I really wanted the bad guys to win.
Same.
Yeah.
So he has to take Arya trick-or-treating, which obviously he doesn't want to do because he's too cool for this. So he goes as... Well, see, in the film he went as, what was it, a rapper or something? His costume was it was a rapper because like he had the cap on, his glasses, and so I said, oh, you shouldn't have your cap on sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very 90s Disney movie idea of what a rapper looks like.
Yeah. So what's the Game of Thrones cool person?
Oh, who's cool in Game of Thrones? Well, if you take it very literally, you could go as like a White Walker.
Could do.
They're not just cool; they're ice cold.
I've got them in a little.
Okay. Oh, who are the cool kids in Game of Thrones? The Dothraki aren't really cool. They're more like bullies. The
Night's Watch.
Yeah, the Night's Watch. Yeah.
He'll go as a crow then.
He'll go as a crow. Fine,
yeah.
Sure. Or maybe a member of the Brotherhood Without Banners. No, make him a Night's Watch. It's fine. Yeah.
Yep, he's a member of the Night's Watch.
Okay.
So you can just like classic Jon Snow for the rest of the film.
Yeah, great. Makes sense.
Yeah. And one thing leads to another, and him, Ygritte, and Arya end up in a haunted house.
Okay.
Where, to look cool, Jon, who turns out to be a virgin, lights a candle.
Oh, okay.
This candle obviously brings back the three witches, Cersei, Daenerys, and Marjorie.
Are they going to be playing the Game of Thrones characters, or are they going to be playing like
I think at this point they should all be playing the characters in Hocus Pocus, because I really want to see everybody dressed up as teenagers and those three dressed up as old women.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
And I really want to see Lena Headey really like doing Bette Midler. I think she could be really funny at that. Right?
Yeah, she would be good.
Yeah.
So
Another glorious morning makes me sick. That could be a Cersei line.
Yeah.
You can so much as Cersei. Another glorious morning makes me sick, and then just takes like a big swig of wine. Like,
yeah.
Oh, look. Another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
And we know that Emilia Clarke can be insufferably perky, because that's basically her character in Me Before You.
Yeah. Okay, so, well, to get away from these new witches, what's the thing that I'm confused by, because he sets off the sprinklers and runs away.
Yes.
But obviously that can't happen because it's Game of Thrones universe. So what can he do that can scare the witches away?
So we are
yeah, you wanted to set this in Westeros.
Yeah, I see. So that's why you couldn't do it, because it was sprinklers. Maybe he says Dracarys.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But nothing happens, or maybe like it's just a flash of light or something. And they think that it's gonna... There's got to be a reason for them to like
maybe like he says Dracarys, and then outside somebody knocks over some kind of flame or something.
Yeah. There's some kind of
like a torch.
Yeah, he makes them think that that they're being burnt alive, and they panic and fall to the floor, and he runs away. Yeah,
sure, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Maybe just shouts out of the window, Dracarys!
Yeah.
they're just coming. Yeah. So they all run away back to town, I guess.
Yeah.
And so the witches go to leave, and they come across this road or something, and well, there's two people who have come to put out the fire caused by these dragons, who are Jorah and Khal Drogo.
Okay.
Just throw them in.
Okay,
fine. Anything for them to do, but whatever.
Well, maybe they just have some funny, sexy time with them.
Sure. Meanwhile, the kids have got to the graveyard and they've met up with Theon, the rat. The rat.
Yeah. Oh, that's it, because he was hiding in the...
He was in the house, yeah, so I guess they ran away together.
They escaped into the sewers, that's what happened.
Yes, escape into the sewers, eventually find their way to the graveyard, because it's a religious area or something.
Yeah.
They can't...
Hallowed ground,
yeah. Yeah, and so the witches come, and because they can't touch the ground, they resurrect one of the dead, which turns out to be Jaime Lannister.
Oh, ex-lover, I like it, yeah.
Yeah. He'd be a good zombie, actually.
He would play a good zombie, yeah. Is his mouth all sewn up?
At this point, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, what happens from here? For some reason, the witches get a bus.
Yeah.
Why do they get a bus?
Well, the kids escape, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, is this where the kids escape into the sewer? Because they jump into the tomb.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, it's something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, because Thackeray says, I've been hunting mice in here for years. Let's go in here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess they go into town and probably go to a Halloween party.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the witches just get the bus into town.
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
It's Game of Thrones universe, though, so I'm guessing it's like a horse and cars.
They get the horse and cart, which is driven by Littlefinger.
Great, cool. Get him in there.
Who's just full on flirting with them, as he does with everyone, as the bus driver did.
Yeah.
And they go to the first house they see, leaving their brooms outside, which gets stolen by the sand snakes.
Cool, okay. Everyone's in this.
Yeah.
So many cameos, I like it.
And so in this house, there's the devil and like his mistress.
Okay.
So I cast Tywin Lannister.
Yes.
Thought he'd be good in some kind of devil outfit.
Mm-hmm.
His mistress, I couldn't really think of anyone be good. I went with Brienne of Tarth.
It's a bit of a small role for. If you've not used Melisandre yet, then surely.
Oh, yeah, sure. Actually, yeah, that works really well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got nothing for Brienne of Tarth then.
We'll find something.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm running out of time.
Have you got anything for Sansa?
No. I hate Sansa.
How can you hate Sansa? She's the best one.
She's awful.
Really?
Yeah.
I really liked her this season.
So annoying.
Okay, continue.
So annoying.
I feel like she's had the best arc. Like, she started really annoying, but now she's got really good.
Sure. Yeah, you're right. So the witches are at the house for a bit. I don't know what it is they're doing there. One of them's flirting with Tywin Lannister. I guess Daenerys is.
So is she under the impression that he is actually the devil?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Because that's the joke. They think he's Satan in the film.
Yeah.
What kind of costumes are these? It's the Sanderson Sisters, right?
At your service.
Haven't seen you for centuries. But what the heck? Why don't you come in? Come into the non-smoking section. Come on, right. Don't step on my tail.
But they then get chased out by their dog, who is literally the guy who plays Bran in a dog outfit.
Sure. Just to give him something to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Or have you used Hodor at all?
Oh, no, I've not.
What if they just set Hodor on him?
Oh, he's a much better dog.
Yeah. Hodor. Like,
yeah.
He doesn't even need to be a dog. He can just be like, just Hodoring. Like.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, no, but it's still Halloween now.
All right, okay. So he's
Hodor dressed as a dog.
Yeah, Hodor dressed as a dog is funny.
Yeah. No. Okay. Look at the big long tongue and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so, one thing leads to another, as I say all the time.
Yes.
And they all end up at the school dance.
Okay, yeah.
Where the band are all dressed up as White Walkers.
Great, cool.
The main guy in the band is Tyrion Lannister.
Okay, at last. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Do you reckon he can sing?
I would love to see him try. I imagine he's got a good croony voice. I imagine him like singing like Frank Sinatra kind of thing.
Yeah.
Remember Ned Stark, he was a lot of fun, but he didn't make it past season 1. Robert Baratheon was part of that crew, but he never made it to season 2.
The whole thing obviously ends in a musical number.
Great.
Which happens on stage. In fact, maybe it's a bit sort of like a musical where they see a bit of a story played out. And so that's how Jon Snow and everybody managed to get rid of the witches.
Okay.
There's no false ending in this. There's no putting them in the kiln or anything.
Oh, okay.
It all ends in a massive song and dance, and everyone lives happily ever after.
Oh, that's the end of the film? Oh, okay. What's the song?
I don't know what the song is. I haven't written a song. You didn't write any songs.
No, but maybe it could be The Bear and the Maiden Fair.
Okay, yeah.
But like in a disco witchy version. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, and Theon ascends to heaven, I guess, where
he passes over to the other side. Yeah. Whatever happens to him. Yeah.
Gets back with his sister. Probably fondles her again.
Okay, well, apart from not finding anything for Brienne of Tarth or Sansa, that was pretty good.
There's a lot of other people missing.
It's a big cast. It's a big cast. It is hard to get everyone. Yeah. But they felt like the main absentees. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That was really, I could see that. I wish more TV casts did stuff like that.
Yeah, it'd be really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very, very good.
All right.
I would like to see that.
On to my favourite part.
Oh, listener submissions, yeah. Okay, so we have a few. Media Realness, at Media Realness, they've got Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Okay.
This is kind of a Parks and Recreation style mockumentary format in which all the men from the Sanderson Sisters' lives are just talking about their experiences of dating them and, how it all went horribly wrong. So we've got Billy, we've got the fake devil, we've got the real devil, we've got Thackeray, the bus driver, the fireman. They're all just like shit talking about the Sanderson Sisters.
Okay, yeah.
And that's
I like it.
Yeah, really good. Like that, guys. Dad Zone at Dad Zone Cast. They've done a crossover with The Conjuring. Have you ever seen The Conjuring?
No.
Me neither, but you know what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's the franchise with Patrick, what's his face, and Vera Farmiga. I want to say not Patrick Stewart, not Patrick Bateman. Patrick someone. Yeah.
Swayze.
Not Swayze, no. Yeah, somebody. So this is The Conjuring 4, because I think they made 3 already. The Black Candle. And so in this one, Ed and Lorraine, who are the main characters, who are played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick from The Conjuring, they recount the acquisition of a black candle they have in their museum. And one terrible night, their young daughter comes back from trick-or-treating and accidentally lights that candle, releasing a terrible evil. I'm guessing the witches. And yeah, I guess it's just, the idea is it's just Hocus Pocus, but in the style of The Conjuring, so much more a horror movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, yeah, very good. I've seen one of the Conjuring movies. It was okay.
Sure.
It was fine. I'm describing it as fine. One of those ones like, that was a film.
Yeah.
Cecil Hops at One Aussie Nerd 1. This is Hocus Pocus 2. In this one, Danny is an adult, and she has the black flame candle now, and she's protecting it. However, when the candle is inevitably lit, this time they're prepared. So the idea of this is that basically the candle gets lit somehow, and now adult Danny, played by Thora Birch, has to team up with a group of kids, and it's going to be like the movie It. It's going to be really serious and scary, and kind of the kids are going to be quite capable, and yeah. So yeah, basically, it's going to be that, I guess.
Okay, great.
Blokebusters, their version. Guys, you never do a title. Come on, work harder. So we do appreciate you. So it's 80 years later. A gaggle of children, I like that description, a gaggle of children are visiting their grandmother, and they find the book in the basement. And they start reading it, and then we flash to the cemetery where the sisters arise, much in the same way as Billy. So they're really old and grey and dusty. And the grandmother bursts in and realises what's happened. And we find out that, in fact, it is once again grown-up Danny, grown-up Thora Birch. But this time a grandmother, I guess, so maybe not Thora Birch.
Yeah.
Or maybe Thora Birch in heavy makeup, I don't know. Who's taken on the role of the protector of the book and the black flame candle. So the witches are drawn to the book, but because the spell that was cast this time has raised them as zombies rather than witches, so they're bloodthirsty and they crave flesh. And the kids and Danny go about trying to warn the town, and predictably nobody believes them. And then the witches draw closer and start turning people into like undead zombies, and biting them, I guess, feeding on their flesh.
Yeah.
And then Billy also rises from the grave and works with Danny to fight off the witches. So then the witches trick the kids into giving up the book, and then they start planning to raise all of the dead. However, Danny has tricked them by making it a replacement book. So they end up getting possession of the wrong book. And when they cast that spell, it banishes the zombies and sends them back to the graveyard, along with Billy, for all eternity. And Danny then makes the children promise to take over protection of the book when she's gone. And the book closes its eye once more, and end of the film. But all of the people who got turned into zombies are actual zombies, and they must be killed accordingly. So there's no Disney happy ending for this one.
Right, okay. Okay, good.
Why am I watching this? At WAIWTcast. In this sequel, the company Yankee Candle releases their limited edition Black Flame edition candle. A lonely lady in Atlantic City buys one and lights it, and it brings the sisters back. And together with her bingo buddies, this lonely woman has to save Halloween, as the witches have all kinds of shenanigans in the casinos, playing slots, craps, poker. So essentially it's just Hocus Pocus 2 Las Vegas, which is a classic sequel.
Yeah,
I love
good.
it. And that's it.
Witches 2 Vegas.
Very good, guys.
Yeah, good one.
That's it.
Lovely.
Yeah, very good.
So if you've got any ideas for Hocus Pocus, or any film we've done in the past, or any film you'd like to see us do in the future, then please give us a buzz. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube, all Beyond the Box Set. If you could give us a subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, everywhere else that you can find a podcast, we'll be there. We'd really appreciate that. Oh, and any ratings, if you want to give us a rating, 5 stars only.
Yes.
We will love you forever.
Specifically, yes. Yeah, we'll specifically love you forever.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Next week, we're not sure what we're doing yet.
No, but we hope to have a guest. We're hoping to have... Who are we having on next week, hopefully?
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
I'll let you know.
Cool. So we're hoping next week we will be concluding our Halloween trilogy with some kind of scary movie.
Yes, like an actual horror film.
Maybe, yeah. But
that's the plan.
Oh, that's the plan. Okay, cool. I will let you know on social media close to the time, so you can still do your listener submissions, because we do love them. But yes, so look out next week for the 3rd edition in our Halloween trilogy, and thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.